Good afternoon, everyone. The next topic is pancreas. The pancreas, it has two portion. One is endocrine portion and another one is exocrine portion. Okay. So in the endocrine portion, mainly it secrete the hormones. Okay, insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin. The endocrine means the pancreas is having two functions. One is endocrine function and exocrine function. In endocrine function, it secrete the mainly hormones, okay, insulin, glucagon, and somatostatin. So that I will tell in the endocrine system. Okay. The next one is exocrine portion, that mainly secrete the juice called pancreatic juice or electrolytes, mainly the bicarbonate secretion and enzymes. So together called pancreatic secretion or pancreatic juice, that mainly having a digestive function. Okay, mainly having a digestive function. So we will see the exocrine functions, that is pancreatic juice. So the daily secretion is 1500 ml per day. It has 99.5% of water and remaining 0.5% is solids. The solid may be inorganic and organic. So it contains both organic and inorganic substance. In that, the inorganics are sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and bicarbonate ions. So HCO3 minus is very important. Okay, bicarbonate ions. So bicarbonate ion is alkaline in nature. Okay, it is alkaline in nature. So the secretion from the stomach, which is rich in acid, right? Which is rich in acid. So when the chyme mix up with the gastric juice, so it become more acidic. Okay, so more acidic. So from the stomach, that chyme enter the duodenum. At the same time, the pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice into the duodenum. So this alkaline nature, alkaline pancreatic juice will neutralize the acidic action of the HCl. Okay, so because the bicarbonate is alkaline in nature, so it will neutralize the acidic chyme. The organic substances include proteolytic enzyme, lipolytic enzyme, and amylolytic enzymes. Okay, so in that, so very important the pancreatic enzymes, because so it has mainly a digestive function. Okay, so it contain all the types of enzymes that will digest all the types of foodstuff. Like amylolytic enzyme is a pancreatic amylase. Okay, pancreatic amylase that will mainly digest the protein substances. So digest the carbohydrate, okay, or starch. So mainly it acts on the starch. Understood? So if it is the name amylase, that is pancreatic secretion, pancreatic amylase. So amylase mainly act on the carbohydrate substance. Okay, so this enzyme digests the carbohydrates. Next is lipolytic, so lipid substances, that is pancreatic lipase and colipase. So this pancreatic lipase mainly act on the lipid substance. Okay, so mainly it is a powerful lipolytic enzyme, digests the triglycerides and convert into monoglycerides and fatty acids. Okay, so pancreatic lipase, so mainly act on the digest the triglycerides. The next one is proteolytic. So that is a protein, that is trypsin, chymotrypsin, and carboxypeptidase A and B. So all these three enzymes act on the proteins. Okay, so mainly act on the proteins and convert it into polypeptides. Okay, so mainly act on the proteins, convert it into polypeptides. So in that, the trypsin is very important, because usually all these enzymes are inactive form. Okay, all these enzymes are inactive form. So this trypsin will convert into trypsinogen into trypsin, and it will activate all other enzymes. So it's a nucleolytic. So nucleolytic, that is ribo and deoxyribonuclease, which mainly digest the nucleic acids. Okay, so you know DNA and RNA, so ribo and deoxy. So RNA and DNA, which are protein in nature, so it acts on that and digest the ribo and deoxyribonuclease. So these are the digestive function of the pancreas. Next is regulation of pancreatic juice. So in the regulation, it is same like stomach, gastric secretion, regulation in gastric secretion. So it is brought about by three different phases: on the cephalic phase, gastric phase, and intestinal phase. In the cephalic phase, is same like the impulses are coming from the brain. Okay, so when you see the sight, smell, or seeing the food or thought of the food, that will stimulate the pancreatic secretion, or maybe if you food in the mouth, that is also stimulate the pancreatic secretion. Okay, through vagal nerve. The next is the gastric phase. Here, whenever the distension of the stomach or the partially digested food in the stomach, so both will stimulate the G cells to secrete the gastrin. Okay, so this gastrin enter the circulation through the blood. It will reach the pancreas and stimulate the secretion from the acini. So acini means the pancreatic cell. Okay, so what will happen? The same like, so whenever the food enter the stomach, so that will stimulate the G cell to secrete the gastrin hormone. So this gastrin increase the gastric secretion, and at the same time through circulation it enter the pancreas and increase the pancreatic secretion. The next one is the intestinal phase. So it is most important phase in the regulation. So it is mediated by mainly two hormones. Okay, one is secretin. Okay, secretin, it is mainly synthesized by small intestine. Okay, so you just write the small intestine is enough. Okay, it is mainly secreted by small intestine. The stimuli is HCl in the duodenum. So whenever, so from the stomach, the food that will enter the intestine or duodenum, so acid kind, HCl, acid kind, that will stimulate the secretion of secretin. Okay, so that will increase the pancreatic secretion, which is rich in bicarbonate ions. Okay, so bicarbonate will neutralize the acid kind. Understand? So in the intestinal phase, mainly by two hormones. One is secretin. So secretin mainly synthesized by small intestine. So whenever the acid chyme reach the duodenum, it will stimulate the secretion of pancreas. So that means it will increase the secretin. The secretin stimulate the pancreas, which is rich in bicarbonate ions. So bicarbonate will neutralize the acid chyme. The next one is cholecystokinin pancreozyme, that is CCKPZ. Okay, if you write CCKPZ is enough. Okay, this CCKPZ is also synthesized by duodenum and jejunum. Okay, a small intestine, duodenum and jejunum. Stimuli, so the presence of products of fat, proteins and bicarbonate digestion. So that means carbohydrate digestion. That means if the food which is rich in fat or protein, so that will increase the CCK-PZ. So this CCK-PZ will increase the pancreatic secretion which is rich in enzymes. Okay, so that is helpful for the digestion of food. Understood? So in the intestinal phase, there are two types of hormone is secreting. One is secretin and CCK-PZ. So secretin stimulation will cause the pancreatic juice secretion which is rich in bicarbonate ion to neutralize the acid chyme. Then the CCK-PZ will produce the pancreatic juice secretion which is rich in enzyme secretion. Okay, so enzymes like protein, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, like that, trypsin, chymotrypsin and all. So it will increase mainly for digestion of food. Okay, so that is about the regulation of pancreatic secretion. So that's complete the pancreas. So next is the liver. So liver and bile. So the liver mainly secrete the bile. Okay, the bile secreted by the hepatocytes in the liver. So that will enter the gallbladder. Okay, so suppose this is the liver. Suppose this is the liver. So below there is a gallbladder. So this is gallbladder. So the liver secrete the bile. Here like pancreatic juice. So here the secretion of the liver, we call it as bile. We call it as bile. Okay, call it as bile. So bile is mainly secreted by the liver, will pass through and store in the gallbladder. Okay, store in the gallbladder. So whenever there is a fat substances is more, okay, fat substances is more in the duodenum. So the liver produce the bile which is stored in the gallbladder will release the bile into the bile duct. Okay, so this is the structure. So this is the gallbladder. Okay, so this is the liver. So this is the duct. Okay, through the duct, common duct. So this is the cystic duct. So this is the duodenum. Okay, so whenever the food reach the stomach, so the chyme will enter the duodenum. So if it is acid rich, the pancreas will produce the pancreatic juice here. Okay, so to the acid chyme, pancreatic juice. So if it is rich in lipid substances, so the bile which is stored in the gallbladder, the contraction of the gallbladder taking place, and that will put the bile into the duodenum. Okay, so in the duodenum all the food or the chyme get digested. Okay, and absorption is taking place. Next, coming to the functions of the liver. So one is the secretion of bile by the hepatocytes into the biliary canaliculi. So just you write the secretion of bile. Okay, the first function is secretion of bile. Then storage of glycogen and vitamin B12. Okay, glycogen and vitamin B12 get stored in the liver. Vitamin A and D, and also stores the iron. Okay, this is storage function. Next is synthesis of almost all the plasma proteins. Plasma protein you know, right? So plasma proteins are present in the blood plasma, right? So all the plasma proteins are synthesized in the liver. Then excretion of cholesterol and bile pigments. Hemopoietic function. Okay, it has a hemopoietic function in the fetal life, because in the fetal life in the liver the blood cells RBC, WBC are synthesized in the liver during fetal life. Next, detoxification of certain hormones and drugs. Okay, detoxification. So we are taking any medicine, drugs. So ultimately they get detoxified. So this process is taking place in the liver. And the Cooper cells, which will acts as a reticuloendothelial function. Okay, it has a reticuloendothelial function by the Cooper's cells. So these are the functions of liver. Okay, so don't write these functions to the bile. Okay, the functions of bile is different, functions of liver is different. Okay, so bile is one of the secretion by the liver. Understood? So in all the I seen your seniors, so everyone will write the question answers like functions of the liver same to functions of bile. It is not like that, it is different. Okay, so next, coming to the composition of bile. So it has 97% of water. So you have seen, so all the other secretion, if you take a look, the pancreas or liver or stomach, so there it is 99.5% water. But here in the bile, water is only 97%. The remaining 3% are bile salts. Okay, the bile salts are sodium and potassium taurocholates and glycocholates, or sodium and potassium bile salts. It's enough. Okay, then it contains bile pigment called bilirubin. Okay, the bile pigment. So the bile contains bile salts, sodium and potassium salts, then bile pigments, then cholesterol, inorganic salts, fatty acids, alkaline phosphatase and lecithin. These are the content in bile. So the secretion of the bile is a continuous process, but the emptying or release of the bile into the intestine is intermittent. That means whenever the food enter the intestine, so then only it will release the bile, like that. Okay, so the bile get stored in the gallbladder. So whenever there is a requirement, okay, so then only it will release the bile into the intestine. So when it reaches the gallbladder, there is a changes in the bile will also take place. Okay, the composition of the bile or the water get reabsorbed in the gallbladder, so little bit. Okay, so next, coming to the functions of the bile salts. So very important. Okay, the functions of bile salts. So first one is emulsification of fats. So emulsification of fats means, so bile salts, so mainly for lipid digestion. Okay, it has a lipid digestion function. So because, so you can see, so when you put the lipid or a fat or a ghee, take a ghee and or oil, you put it into water. So how it looks, it will become a separate layer, right? So water, suppose this is a water, when you put the oil on that, so you can see small bubbles like this, right, which will stay on the upper layer of the water, right? So that is because of surface tension. So these fats are having a surface tension, so it will not dissolve in water. Understood? So the fat molecules will not dissolve in water. So if you put, this is a water, if you put glucose, so that is a carbohydrates or protein. So if you put a glucose, so that will dissolve in water. There is no separate layer will be formed, that will get dissolved. So it is very difficult for the digestive enzymes to digest these oil droplets because it is not dissolved in water. So it will, because of the surface tension. Okay, so this bile salts will reduce the surface tension. Okay, by decreasing the surface tension, make easily break down into small units. Okay, so bile salts will reduce the surface tension and helps in breakdown into small units. Okay, so that lipolytic enzymes can easily act on it. So otherwise there are so many lipid and lipolytic enzymes are there. So lipase and pancreatic lipase, this one gastric lipase and all, so that will act, so whenever there is a decrease in surface tension, so otherwise they can't digest the lipid substances. So in a disease in the liver, so any liver disease, liver cirrhosis and all, so that time the bile secretion will be reduced, right? So this fat will be not not digested properly. Okay, that you can see. That is called emulsification of fat. Okay, so same thing. So fats cannot be digested directly by the lipolytic enzymes. Okay, because the fats are having a surface tension. Because of due to surface tension, it become insoluble in water. So this bile salts reduce the surface tension of the fats. Okay, so due to the detergent action, so the lipid granules will be broken down into minute particles, and the lipolytic enzymes can easily digest the lipids, these substance. Okay, that is called the emulsification of the fats by bile salts will need the presence of lecithin from the bile. So lecithin, you know, so lecithin is also important content in the bile. So because of the presence of the lecithin, so these bile salts will act as a emulsification. So the next function is absorption of fats. Okay. So these bile salts will help in the absorption of digested fats from the intestine into blood. So in the intestine, all the substances get digested like carbohydrates, proteins and fats and all. But the fats to absorb into the blood, it has to reach the blood, right? To absorb into the bile. So this bile salts is helpful because so it will combine with fats and make the complex of fats called micelles. That means the micelle formation. Okay. So how it will do? The bile salts combine with fat to form a micelles. The micelles can easily absorb into the blood from the intestine. Okay, so that is another function of bile salts. Next is the cholaretic action. The bile salts will stimulate the secretion of the bile from the liver. So that action we call it as cholaretic action. So cholaretic action means, so the same bile salts will help in the bile to help the liver to secrete the bile. Okay. The next one is keep the cholesterol in solution. Okay, so what it will do, the bile salt will combine with cholesterol and it will prevent the formation of stone in the gallbladder. Okay, so in the gallbladder these bile will be stored. So the bile salts which is present in the bile will keep the cholesterol. So whatever the cholesterol which is present in the bile, so it will keep the cholesterol in solution. So otherwise what will happen? It will form a gallstone. Stone will be formed. And the last one is bactericidal action. So it has some amount of bactericidal action and kill the bacteria in the intestinal region. So these are the functions of bile salts. So very important. Okay. So very important. One is the emulsification of fats. So usually the fats will not dissolve in water. So it will form a droplets, oil droplets. So because of its surface tension. So these bile salts reduce the surface tension. So make the fat substances into smaller substances so that the lipolytic enzyme can easily act on it. Hydrotropic action or absorption. Okay, absorption action. So that is the micelle formation. Okay, micelle formation. So the fat to be made water soluble and helps in absorption of fat in the intestine. So next is keep the cholesterol in solution. So hence it prevent the formation of gall stones. Okay, prevent the formation of gall stones. The last one is a bactericidal action. So it has a little bit some amount of bactericidal function and kill the bacteria in the intestinal region. So these are the functions of bile salts. So that's complete the bile. Okay. So in the liver you have to study the functions of the liver, okay, and functions of the bile salts.